Hi everyone, let me start for today's session. Yeah, thanks for joining today's Salesforce development training from svtechsoft. Okay, today is a demo class. Yeah. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah. First of all, before start, okay, today's demo, Salesforce development demo, I would like to introduce myself, okay, Kishore Kumar. I do have almost okay, 10 plus years of experience in both IT working as well as training. So far, I have done almost 10x certified in Salesforce. Okay, this is what all about me. Okay, before start this Salesforce development, what is the prerequisite to learn this development? Okay, to learn this Salesforce development, make sure you have to be some basic idea on Salesforce development. Oh, sorry, okay, some Salesforce administration. Without admin, you are not eligible for this development course. Okay, actually, what things you have to be know from the Salesforce administration means, okay, what is an object, okay, what type of fields we having, lookup relationship, master detail relationship, those fields and relationship must and should you have to be know to learn this development. Okay, what is app, tab, rest of all things you have to be know from the administration. Okay, in this Salesforce development, what concept we have to be covered? Sanjay, do you have any questions? Yeah. Okay, see what concepts we have to be teach from this training means, okay, I have mentioned here. Okay, okay, actually we will be cover total 5 different modules from the development. What are those means? First we will be start with visual force space. The Salesforce broadly classified into 2 different categories. One is the classic version, another one is the lightning version. The classic is the older version, the lightning is the newer version. What is the difference between mainly both classic and lightning means, the earlier, the classic version is not compatible to all the devices. Means if we have developed any project in classic, the complete UI is only compatible to desktop. For example, if any user has logged in from their mobile or tab, the UI is not much flexible on their, okay, some devices. Here, okay, the users are facing a lot of problem with the classic version. Okay, as well as the visual force page takes lot of time to load the page and everything. Okay, okay, now the, okay, new modern thing is coming into lightning. That lightning is flexible to any device. For example, if you build any particular UI, it will be work on any specific device, and it's more faster compared to classic. Okay, that is the reason lightning is the, okay, some most companies, the clients are using nowadays lightning only. No one using, okay, some recently if they start any project, no one is using the visual force space. But still some of existing clients, existing companies are using visual force space because of they were using the behavior functionality from last 2 years back, 3 years back, whoever developed that project, all the projects on visual force space. Okay, for example, if we join any company because of the particular project is already implemented 2 years back, in that case, okay, those are using the visual force space only. Because of this reason, make sure you have to be know the visual force space also. For example, newly, okay, whoever launched the new fresh project on Salesforce, those projects are doing through the lightning. But earlier, whoever developed their project before 2 3 years back, 5 years back, those all projects are will be happened through the classic only visual force space. That is the reason in this training programming, first of all, we will start with the classic version. Classic version is nothing but visual force space. After, we will be start with Apex development. You know what is an Apex? Okay, Visual Force Base is one of the markup language. It is only mostly compatible in the classic version. Then after the Apex, what is Apex? Apex is the native programming language developed by Salesforce.com. For example, okay, the thing is if you have to do any kind of customization in Salesforce or develop any logic, anything, you have to be do through the Apex. Apex is the native programming language developed by Salesforce.com. This Apex is similar to core Java only. Okay. Here by using Apex, you have to be maintain the interlink your front end as well as the back end. Okay. To that reason, you have to build an Apex. After that, coming into Lightning, Lightning is again broadly classified into two categories: Lightning Aura and LWC. What is main difference between Aura and LWC means these two are similar only. Lightning and Lightning Web Component. These two are the UI framework kind of thing. Okay. Here, this Aura and LWC both are much similar. This Aura and LWC, if you have to be work on these two, make sure you have to be get an idea on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These things is based on these two, Aura and LWC. Okay, no need to worry on that. We will be teach all Aura and LWC from the scratch. If you have doesn't have any prior experience on some HTML, JavaScript, CSS, no need to worry. Okay, we will be teach everything in this training program. Okay, the basically Aura is also Aura is in a component-based framework to build all mobile application, mobile apps, and everything we can develop through the Salesforce by using Aura. By using LWC through also, we can develop or design mobile application with more web standards. Okay, compared to Aura, LWC is more faster and it followed by the browser ECMAScripts kind of thing. It will be more faster. Okay. After that, the fifth concept from the development, we will be teaching this training programming integrations also. What is integration? You know, nowadays integration is the more popular in the market. If you know the integration, it will be add-on to you. Okay. What is integration? Integration is nothing but you have to be connected from Salesforce to any external system. External system can be SQL Server, Oracle, or WhatsApp, or any Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, like that. For example, you have requirement. Simple. Okay, I will give some idea. Whenever you create any particular account or contact in your Salesforce, I need to be post the particular customer into my Facebook page. Understanding or not? Whenever you create any particular customer in my Salesforce account, those customer details automatically post into my Facebook page. Okay. In that case, each and every time, actually, I cannot do manually because of sometime I forget or anything. I have to be published socially. This customer newly came into my business. Warm welcome to this customer. Like that. Okay, in that case, how you have to be integrate from Salesforce to Facebook means you have to be do by using with the help of integration. There is no need any kind of manual activity. Whenever you create any particular account in Salesforce, okay, once the account get created successfully, immediately you send the particular information to Facebook to post on the page. Okay, those particular connection you can do from Salesforce to any external system, you can do through the integration. What is integration? In terms of definition, integration is nothing but exchanging or transfer data from one application to another application. Here, here actually one application is Salesforce. Some another application can be Java, .NET, PHP, or SQL Server, Oracle, or any some external systems like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or any social media. If you have to be integrate in between these two systems, in that case, you have to be know the integration. Okay, let me give some example. Whenever my customer get created, in Salesforce. Immediately, I have to be sent message. Okay, like okay, so your account get created successfully. Okay, this is so okay, like so this is the so and so ID of this particular business, like that, the unique ID, like that. Okay, immediately send one. Okay, like some SMS notification. See, whenever you're using internet banking or mobile banking or credit card, if you do any kind of transaction, immediately you will receive one message notification. This is what kind of integration. Something was happened in the transaction, immediately you will get some message notification. Okay, they were integrated from their bank to SMS notification system. See, integration is common for any application. Okay, if you're working on Java, .NET, PHP, .NET, doesn't matter. Okay, so if you're working on as a Salesforce developer, okay, if you know the integration, it will be common for any technology. Okay, that is the reason integration is the more popular. In this development training, will be covered for all these 5 modules. Okay, I hope some everyone clear on this. See, once you're good, I will give some idea about the Salesforce architecture. Most of people is already know the Salesforce architecture. Okay, but actually, I would like to give some basic idea again on this architecture because of this particular architect, especially designed for development. What concepts will be comes under in terms of development in the particular ambitious architecture. you know Salesforce having the type of architecture is MVC. Here M's come under model, view come under UI user interface, C comes under controller, means it's business logic. This controller are helpful to pass data from your front end to the back end. Back end is nothing but database. Okay, here actually controller will be work as a connector kind of thing. It will be maintain the connection from your front end to database. For example, from front end, if we have to be pass any data, it will be sent to back end, then perform some kind of DML operation, insert or update, delete, then again send the response back to front end, like this controller. But come okay, but here actually okay, actually if you take the view, first of all we can go with view. View come under user interface. The user interface comes under, it's like kind of markup languages. Markup language means to build any of your front end pages, you can develop through this particular markup language. You can develop through the HTML and all. Okay, but here the Salesforce, in your Salesforce application, you can develop your front end pages by using here Visual Force pages. If you are going with Lightning Aura, okay, so you can develop with Aura, or you can develop with LWC, Lightning Web Component. These all are markup language in Salesforce. If you are working in the classic, you have to go with Visual Force base. If you are using the Lightning, then you can go with Aura or LWC. By using this particular markup language, you can develop or design your front end, your user interface, your pages. Okay. Then C comes under controller. Controller comes under business logic. As I mentioned, the Salesforce provides their own native language, that is Apex. Apex is also one of the object-oriented programming language. It means you can develop each and every logic using classes. Okay, I will give some more idea later on. Okay. Okay, Apex is also similar to core Java only. Okay, not that much complexity of core Java. It's simple programming language. Okay, if it doesn't have any coding background, no need to worry. You can learn very easily and quickly this programming language. But you have to be learned in right direction with right code. Then only it will be easy. Okay, you can develop your the complete business logic and everything by using the Salesforce native programming language, that is Apex. Now actually if you see the model comes under database. The Salesforce provide what database means, The Salesforce provides their own database. That is Salesforce database. Here, actually, the Salesforce database here, okay, they will provide some objects. Object is nothing but to store any particular data into database. Okay, here actually, okay, by using an objects. Here, objects in Salesforce are two types. Okay, if you are already learned Salesforce, then you will get an idea. Objects are two types in Salesforce. What are those means? Standard object and custom object. Standard object is nothing but Salesforce predefined or inbuilt objects. Okay, because of the Salesforce by default provides CRM features. CRM means customer relationship management. Okay, it comes under Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Okay, because of this reason, the Salesforce by default provide some of the standard objects. Standard object means predefined. Okay, it's already inbuilt in the system. Okay, okay, those are all standard objects. Custom objects are nothing but the users or developer can create manually as they need. Those are okay. Those all are custom objects. Okay. Here, this database comes under standard object and custom object comes under model. Okay. Here, actually, from this particular user interface, if you want to store any particular data in the database or anything, okay, by using this, okay, native programming language, Apex will help. Okay. All development features we can use in the MVC also. The next concept will be what is the difference between declarative and programmatic. Declarative is nothing but point and click. Point and click. By default, the Salesforce provide some of the standard features to us. Okay. See, actually, whenever you learn in the Salesforce administration, without knowing development also, we have to be learn lot of concepts, creating an object to store data, as well as we learned automation process, workflow, process builder, flows, as well as we have seen about the lightning pages, page layout, record page, related list, and all we have learned. But if you know the admin, we can develop a 100% project. But what is the need to learn this development? What is the need to learn this programmatic things? See, each and every client requirement we may not achieve through this particular point and click, means declarative framework. Okay, whenever the requirement is not achievable through the point and click, then only you have to be go with development, until unless no need to go with any programmatic also. Even clients or Salesforce is also not recommend to write much code in your application. The Salesforce also strictly mentioned as a best practice, if you get any requirement, first of all, you have to be checked that requirement can be achievable through this declarative framework or not. If it is not achievable through this declarative means point and click, then only you have to be go with programmatic, until unless no need to go with programmatic. Okay, if you blindly develop the programmatic code and everything, you may get 100 questions from your team lead or architect. Okay, if you can develop through the standard declarative framework, why you have to be go with coding? The Salesforce also recommend, first of all, if you get any requirement as a good developer, first you have to be check, is it possible to develop with the point and click or not? If not, then only you have to be go with coding part. Coding part means programmatic way. Okay, we already discussed about model view controller. Earlier we have seen, okay, whenever you learn Salesforce administration, we will see the Salesforce architecture, MVC. Okay, here the Salesforce architecture is model view controller. Model comes under database, but in the particular declarative framework, the model comes under S object. S object means Salesforce object. It can be standard object or custom object. There is no queries to create data model. Everything you can do through this point and click. If you want to create any object in Salesforce, you have to be go to object manager. Then you have to be click on new. There you have to be enter name. Okay, some object name, label name, and everything you have to be defined. Then object get create automatically. If you have to be create any new fields in the particular object, okay, click on fields and relationship. You have to be click on new field, select the data type. You have to be enter name of the field like that. Click on next, next, next like that. One field get create automatically within an object. But if you can come programmatically kind of thing, because of you have to be compared 2 to 3 different objects if there is no relationship, but you have to be check on data kind of thing. In that case, you have to be go with apex class kind of thing. Here, okay, you can store any object type by using with the help of data type in Salesforce is S object. S object is also one of the data type access specifier kind of thing. Okay, keyword S object. Okay, it will store any kind of object type information as well as wrapper class. Wrapper class is nothing but basically okay to maintaining okay man number of actions on the same record. For example, there is a record you have to be do view, edit, delete, a number of actions on the same record at a time. In that case, such type of requirement we can achieve through this wrapper class. Okay. Now here, controller. Controller is nothing but to build business logic. If you can take any declarative tool, okay, some point and click kind of thing, the Salesforce by default provides some of the automation process to us, like workflow, process builder, flows. Okay, some lot of things will provide. But okay, to build any particular business logic, no need any coding. Everything you can achieve through the point and click with the help of this particular okay some automation tools kind of thing. But each and every client requirement you may not achieve through this particular automation tool. For example, whenever you send okay, for example, whenever you try to update any record information, okay, the client I want to get an email you can achieve simply through the workflow email alert. Whenever customer get updated, you can send an email by using workflow rule. But the client wants like that. Okay, within the email, I want to get my previous value as well as new value. Understanding or not? There is in a record, account record is there. Account record having 100 fields are there. Water fields get updated. That particular field only I need to be send an email. Means dynamic way kind of thing. For example, out of 100 fields, just having only 3 fields get updated. Okay, 52 field, 57 field, 59 field. In that case, how to be send an email 52, 57, 59 fields information only. I do not want to send remaining 1 to 51, then 62, 100 like that. I do not want to send the information. Such type of requirement you cannot achieve through this particular automation tool, workflow, process builder, or lightning flows. Make sure you have to be go with trigger. Clear or not? Trigger and apex classes to build any of your business logic or anything you can develop by using this particular apex classes and triggers. If you have to be learn development, make sure you have to be learn classes as well as triggers. Trigger plays key role in the apex development. Is this clear? Okay. Just I give an example, each and every client requirement, we may not achieve through this particular declarative tool. If not, then only you have to be go with programmatically. Programmatically means you have to be write some code. Okay. To achieve any kind of business logic, anything in this particular controller, make sure you have to be learn apex classes and triggers. Then view come under front end user interface. The Salesforce by default provide the page layouts, lightning record page, okay, and everything. But here, sometimes here you have to be build complex page. But the page load means by using page load, you can display or you can So only one object information at a time. Each object have page load. Correct or not? But my client requirement within a single page, I want to be display 4 to 5 object information. Is it clear or not? Within single page load, but you know, page load means whenever you create any particular object, by default, the Salesforce provide one page load related to the object. The page load will display object related fields only. This page load can't display the remaining object information. But I have a requirement. I have to be display 4 to 5 object information in my page load. In that case, you have to be go with Visual Force page or Lightning Aura or Lightning Web Component. Once you can develop the page, that page you can simply add into page layout. You know how to add the page layout, okay, the particular page into my page layout. Means let me show you quickly. Just I will give some idea how to add my page into my page layout. For example, if there are any Visual Force page or anything, you can go to any one of the page layout. First of all, you can go to Object Manager, go to Account Object. For example, if you can go to page layout, then click on Edit. Here, components are there. If you see here, okay, component related list, some components is nothing but some pages kind of thing. Okay. Okay. For example, if you are using Visual Force page, make sure you have to be different standard controller equal to this account object. Automatically, you will see the particular Visual Force page here. The page you can simply drag and drop here. That's it. Automatically, one Visual Force page can append here. Okay. Lot of things are there, advantage and everything. Okay. Okay, this is mainly about, okay, view comes under user interface. If you are using the Salesforce declarative framework, okay, the Salesforce by default provide page layout, record types, lightning pages and everything, but each and every client requirement we may not achieve to display on UI. For that reason, you have, for example, if you are using classic, then you have to be develop your page by using Visual Force page. If you are using Lightning, you have developed by using Aura or LWC. This is the main difference between declarative and programmatic. If any client requirement comes, first of all, you have to be checked whether should I able to achieve through this particular declarative framework or not. If not, then only you have to be go with coding part. Coding means customization, we can call. We can develop through the Apex. Yeah. Then what is an Apex?
So can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so they said like the process builder and workflow will be removed in the future and they are going just with flows.
Yes,
so
correct.
is it really required to learn the workflow rules and process builder?
Yes, obviously, because of, you know, they will come 100 things, but workflow and process builder should be there because of, you know, existing products are there. Correct or not?
Okay.
They have already built workflow and process builder. But in, okay, in future, most of things will be happen through the flows.
Right.
But you know, each and every requirement we may not achieve through the flows also.
Okay.
I given one scenario, right? There will be 100 fields within the object.
Yeah.
But for example, how many fields you get updated, those field information only you can send it. You cannot send each and every field information.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? Such type
Yeah.
of requirement you may not achieve through the flows also.
Okay. So for the flows also, are they using Apex programming?
Yes, because of any kind of complex requirement or anything, flows, even process builder is also using Apex. Okay, any kind of complex requirement or anything, you have to be developed in the Apex. That Apex class method you have to be called in the process builder or lightning flows. For
Okay.
example, if you want to call a particular class method in your process builder or flows, you have to use some kind of annotations at the rate invocable.
Okay.
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 Then only you can call the Apex class method into process builder or lightning flows.
Okay. Are they annotations or decorators?
Yes, correct. Decorators.
Decorators. Okay.
Decorators.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
In
Thank
okay,
you.
in particular LWC, we can call as decorators, but in lightning and Apex and everything, they can call as annotations.
Annotations.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In some LWC, we can call as decorators. That is the JavaScript kind of thing, right? There we
Oh,
can
is it
call as decorators.
JavaScript?
No,
The
no.
so the program.
LWC in JavaScript, they call decorators, but in Apex,
Okay.
called as annotations.
Oh, Apex. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So Apex is same programming language that are same as JavaScript, or is it used as a different programming language?
It's kind of different kind of thing. It's simply object-oriented programming language, similar to core Java.
Oh, core Java.
JavaScript and Apex both are quite different.
Okay. 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 So Apex is more of core Java approach.
But not that much complexity. It is the simple how to create a class variable method.
Okay.
Okay, we can
Okay.
learn Apex in 4 to 5 days only, but we can practice on the remaining complexity logic and everything. But normal, whatever required for Salesforce, we can learn within 4 to 5 days. It's simple programming language.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but
Okay.
you have
Thank
to
you.
be learning right direction. That is
Yeah.
the
Thank
key
you.
here. Yeah. Yeah. First of all, what is an Apex? Okay. Apex is a proprietary language developed by Salesforce.com. Means it's native languages developed by Salesforce. What is an Apex? Apex is a strongly typed object-oriented programming language. Apex is a strongly typed object-oriented programming language that allows developer to do any kind of transactional statements or anything you can do on your data. Okay. Here, Apex syntax is look like core Java. Okay. What we can do by using Apex means, okay, you can use Apex programming language to add any of your custom language to your application. Okay. Whatever you want to do in your, okay, in your particular application, you can do everything by using through this Apex. Okay. Simple. Apex, what is Apex? Apex is nothing but, okay, Apex is in a object-oriented programming language. Okay. It's a native language developed by Salesforce.com. It's similar to core Java only. By using Apex, we can develop or design the custom logic in the application. This is Apex. Apex is one of the programming language developed by Salesforce.com. Okay, then features of Apex. By using Apex, what we can do basically, why we have to go for Apex? Apex is simply development, but within the development, what you can do? First of all, Apex is case insensitive language. Case insensitive is nothing but there is no difference between small and capital. Okay, you can write anything by your own. Okay, there is no difference between small and capital. That is the reason it's a case insensitive. Okay, by using Apex programming language, you can perform DML operation. DML operation means data manipulation language. Means you can do create a new object data, or you can do update existing object record information, or you can delete any of the object record information, or you can do upset. Upset is nothing but combination of both insert and update. If the record is already exists in the system, then it will go for update. If the records not exist in the database, then it will be go and create a new record like that. You can perform DML operation by using Apex. Okay, as I mentioned, there will be MVC architecture, right? View come under front end. Front end, if you have enter any particular registration form kind of thing. If you click on save button, save is the Apex controller. It immediately call into Apex. It takes the data from the particular front end, then do the mapping and everything, then perform DML operation. Insertion of the specific object like that with the help of Apex controller. Okay, by using Apex, you can perform the DML operation. Another thing is by using Apex, you can query S object records. Query means retrieve. Do you know self query? If you already have basic idea on your SQL Server or Oracle, you have to be retrieve data. You can retrieve data means you have to be select query. But in Salesforce, there is a concept of SOQL. SOQL is nothing but Salesforce object query language. You can retrieve data from your S object with the help of select query. And here as well as you can find any specific text among your all the objects. Means in that case you have to be use sourcer. You know, you can query of your record information by using SOQL and sourcer. SOQL is nothing but SOQL. SOQL is nothing but Salesforce object query language. You can retrieve your object data by using with the help of SOQL. Sourcer is nothing but SOSL means Salesforce object search language. For example, if you have to be find any specific text among your objects or anything, you can do with the help of sourcer. There will be quite syntax is the simple syntax. Select field AP name from object. That is source. Okay, software. Sourcer is nothing but you have to be find your text with the help of find keyword. That's it. This is very simple. Okay. Then other than your DML operation and retrieve data and everything, okay, the Salesforce is also you can create unit test to verify your code coverage. You know, the Salesforce strictly mentioned deployment is there. Have you had the deployment? Deployment is nothing but to move your code from one particular org to another org. To move your code from one org to another org, you have to be know the deployment process. To move your code from one org to another org, the Salesforce strictly mention if you have any development like some FS classes, triggers or anything, make sure you have to be maintain the code coverage. Code coverage. How much code coverage really required to move my development component from one particular org to another org means the Salesforce strictly mentioned to maintain 75% of code coverage. Okay. Okay, actually, we can develop or design the particular code coverage by using Apex only. Here, allow you to create unit tests and execute them to verify code coverage and efficiency of the code in Apex. Okay, to maintain the particular code coverage for your Apex classes and triggers, you have to be write separately for Apex classes. Apex, okay, Apex some test class, it will give to maintaining how your code get execute kind of thing. Okay, we'll see later this one. This one will give confusion, no need to worry. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, whenever we can learn on the deployment part kind of thing, that time you will get brief idea about what is code coverage, how it works in Salesforce. Okay, then what is Apex class? So far we discussed about Apex futures kind of thing, but we haven't learned Apex classes. You know, if you develop any business logic or anything in your Apex, make sure you have to be create class. For that class, we can call as Apex class. Okay, what is an Apex class? In terms of definition, what is class? What is an Apex class? Apex class is a blueprint of real world existence. Blueprint of real world existence. Okay, actually, okay. Why the terms comes blueprint? You know, okay, in India or anything, in some other country, if you have built any particular house or anything, first of all, what you do, you cannot build the whole house by your work. make sure first of all you have to be take a plan. The plan must and should approved by the government. Then only you are eligible to do the construction. Without have plan or anything, if you build house, government have a right to collapse your whole building. Correct or not? If you invest the crores of amount doesn't matter. Make sure you have to be maintain the plan approval. But in US or anything, the particular plan they can call as blueprint. Is it clear or not? Make sure they have to be maintained the blueprint of the particular house or office or anything. Okay, that is the reason. What is class? Class is nothing but blueprint of real world existence. Blueprint means have planned what to do. Apex is also nothing but it's kind of a blueprint. Blueprint of real world existence. Blueprint means it contains certain logic what has to be do. Okay, that is the reason Apex is also blueprint of real world existence. In okay, in terms of other definition, the programmatically, what is Apex class? Apex class containing collection of variables and methods. Variables and methods. Okay, this is a standard definition of class. Apex class is similar to Java classes. There is no difference. If you have a little bit idea, the same syntax you have to be used in the Salesforce also. There is no difference between. Here, the class consists of other classes, user defined methods. This particular method we can call as variables. Okay, sorry. Okay, this particular methods we can call as functions also. User defined methods and variables. And exception types also like try catch kind of thing. Then static initialization kind of thing. Okay, no need to remember all these things. You can simply remember class consists of collection of variables and methods. That's it. That is nothing but Apex class. Okay, here how we can define any Apex class in Salesforce. Okay, to defining any Apex class in Salesforce, first of all, to create any Apex class in Salesforce kind of thing, first of all, you have to be go with developer console. What is developer console? Developer console is Salesforce internal tool to build any kind of your development in Salesforce. Like actually, if you want to create any visual force page or you want to create any lightning component or you have to be create any Apex class kind of thing, you can do any kind of development activity by using developer console. How you have to be go to developer console means go and click on your setup gear icon. There you will see developer console. Whenever you have open developer console, after domain, there is a path like that underscore UI common apex debug slash apex CSI pages. Okay. For example, if you have to be create any visual force page or if you want to create any lightning component or anything, go to files, then click on new. There you will see all development component, Apex classes, Apex trigger, visual force page component, static resource, lightning application, component, interface, event, token, like that. If you have to be create any new Apex class, click on Apex classes. Here, there you have to be right to enter. Okay. Here, my class, for example. If you click on OK, the Salesforce automatically created a class. No need to write syntax, no need to do anything. Okay. The Salesforce by default give the syntax. You know, to create any Apex class in Salesforce, first you have to be define the access specifier. Access specifiers are 4 types in Salesforce. Those all are public, private, global, then protected kind of thing. Okay. Public is nothing but once you define a class as public, anyone can access this class. Any some other classes. Anyone means any other class can access this class. That is public. Private means other classes cannot access this class. Global means outside of Salesforce also can access this class. Whenever you do integration kind of thing, that time you have to use global. Normally in Salesforce, simply you can define a class with public access specifier. Then class is a keyword. Make sure access specifiers after you have to be used The keyword of class. Class is the keyword. We can call as reserved word. We can call as predefined word. You cannot change this one, this name. This name is fixed. Public class, after that class name. Class name is, this is the user defined name. If you want to change this name, you can change. There is no problem. This is the user defined. But each and every class must be open curly braces, then closed curly braces. In between, you can define your logic. In between, you can define your logic. As I mentioned, class consists of collection of variables and methods. For these methods, we can call as functions. We can call either functions or methods. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, let me quickly see the visual force space. Okay. Just I want to show how it works. The visual force space, Apex controller, then perform DML operation and everything. First of all, the visual force space means if you are using classic, okay, how I have to be convert my particular lightning or visual force space kind of thing. You have to be simply switch to Salesforce Classic. Means the whole, okay, the UI will be changed from your lightning to classic. For example, how I have to be create visual force page in Salesforce. To create visual force page in Salesforce, first you have to be go and click on your home tab. Then you have to be set visual force. You have to be click on visual force pages. There you have to be, if you see any of your existing pages or anything, you can see. If you want to create any new visual force page, you have to be simply click on new. Otherwise, you have to be go to developer console. See, you have to be simply enter page name, label name. Whenever you have enter label name, page. Okay, name will be enter automatically if you have move cursor name. Okay, automatically. Another one is you can create your visual force page by using developer console. Go to file, new, then click on visual force page. That's it. Another one is you can create your page by using page URL also. Apex / your page name. Okay. My page, for example. Okay. To create, for example, if the page is not exist, system will be asked to create a page. If the page is already exist, system will be to redirect the page. This page is not existing into Salesforce, right or not? That is the reason the Salesforce will be asked to like that create a page, my page. If you click on this particular URL, one visual force page get create automatically in your Salesforce. For example, to create any of your page from the URL, make sure you have to be enable an option in your user list. Make sure if you want to create page from the URL, make sure you have to be enable the development mode where I have to be seen the particular option or anything. First of all, you can go to my setting, open as a separate tab. Go to my setting. There you will see advanced user detail. If you click on edit or you have to be see development mode, there is a checkbox is there. If you check this checkbox, then only you can create page from the URL. If you not check this checkbox, you will never create the page from the URL. Okay, you do not have any rights to create page from the URL. You will get an error. Okay, but I enable the option. That is the reason. If you click on this particular thing, one visual force page get create automatically. What is your page name? Apex / my page. If you want to see page get create or not, go to your setup. Go to your home tab. You will find my page get creates or not. If you click on visual force page, see my page, it's get create or not. If you want to open the page, you have to be click on this particular icon. Okay, preview icon. Then it will be redirected page. I already opened the page here. Okay, the main advantage of the development mode is whenever you enable the development mode, you will see all the design as well as development in a single screen. On top of the particular page, you will see your design. In bottom, you will see development. Congratulations, this is your new page. Okay, if I remove something, there will be a save icon will be there. If you click on save, whatever text you have earlier, all text get removed. Each and every visual force page must start starting tag as apex space, ending tag is apex, okay, slash apex space, like that. Okay, this visual force page, each and every tag must follow the namespace apex column, like that. If you have enter text or anything, hello, hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce development course. Whatever text you have entered, once you have entered text, you have to be simply click on save. Whatever text you have entered, it will be displayed here. For example, if you want to make bold or header kind of thing, you have to be use H1. H1 tags. H1 means header tags. H1 slash H1. But each and every tag must follows the starting tag and ending, okay, expanding tag. In between, you can define text. You see, hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce development course, like that. Okay, for example, okay, if you have to be enter, if you have to be form any kind of registration or anything, okay, you can do that. For example, this visual force page by default provides some page block. Page block means it will give some block kind of thing, one block. See, one block kind of thing. Here, if you have to be define some sections kind of thing, sections simple, you have to be enter apex page block section item. No need to write everything by your own. Automatically tags will be displayed. Okay, smarter populated. You have to be select tags. For example, page block section is there. If you, this is the tag, right? If you have view space, whatever attributes related to the tag, all attributes are displayed here. There is a title is there here. Here page block is there, right? Here. Sorry, okay. So within the page block, if we have to be make different sections kind of thing, sections kind of thing. Here, this page block, apex page block section is there. If you use page block section, apex section, if we have move cursor kind of thing. So I use cap. So this is the page block, right? Within page block, if we have to be use page block section kind of thing, this is the tag. If you have give any space kind of thing, there will be columns, on click, on blur. There will be title is there. Title is nothing but what name you want. For example, my first section kind of thing. If I save this one, automatically you will get one section. If you want to get one block in your page, you can use page block. If you have to be any kind of section, you have to use page block section. If you define any title, whatever title, the title will be coming. In between these two tags, whatever text you define, the text will be displayed here. For example, I have a requirement. I have to be enter some value. For example, simple. I want to add two numbers, number one, number two, two numbers. I want to display the result. For example, first of all, you have to be system take the input of the particular value. In that case, you have to be use tag apex input. input. Okay, see here, input. What is that one? Input and text area, checkbox, file, like that. There will be input text. If you click and save, see, there will be an error like that. Apex input text, make sure you have to be define Apex form because of the, okay, how look like, okay, some HTML tags, okay, header, body kind of thing. Like similarly body, if you use any particular visual force space tags or anything, you have to be defined in between Apex form. Just I defining starting Apex form, ending Apex form. Later you will get idea. Just I will show you how it works. See, input text coming. If you have enter input text, if you give some space, you will get the attributes. Now you have to be define the label name, right? Label. Label. What is that? Just you have to be enter number 1. If you click on save, automatically you will get label, then display the text. Okay. For example, if I want to place any kind of particular button kind of thing, Apex comment button is there. Automatically, if you click on save, one button is get created here. I want to place label name of the particular button or value, for example, save or submit kind of thing. If you click on submit, the particular button name get changed. Like this, you can define it. For example, you have to be add 2 numbers. For example, enter number 1, enter number 2. 2 numbers I want to add, display the result. For the result, where you have to be displayed? For the result purpose, you have to use Apex input, right? I want to display the output text. These all are input. This is the output text is there. Okay. Here, for example, if we enter 12, for example, if okay, I want to some addition 2 numbers. I want to change this button name as add. If you click on add, these 2 numbers will be add, then display the result. In that case, how you can achieve through your Apex controller? Okay, Apex page is in a tag, right? There will be an attribute is nothing but controller. Controller means Apex class like that. Okay, here add 2 numbers. I will define my Apex class, add 2 numbers. If I click on save, is this class not exist in your system? Do you want to be create a class? If you click on it, this is your page. This page linked up with this Apex class. In Java or particular, okay, some .NET, you have to be write lot of code to maintain the connection to your page to Apex class, okay, to your business class. But in Salesforce, no need. Just you have to use attribute controller equal to class name. There will be 2 different attribute, right? Number 1 and number 2. Here you can define value, but you have to be know little bit syntax here. Value. What is this value means? You have to be pass this value dynamically. Dynamic means runtime. For example, whatever value you have entered, you have to be send the particular value from here to here, this particular button, right or not? While clicking on the particular button, you have to be send the data. For that reason, okay, you have to be use value, okay, double quotes, curly braces, exclamatory. What is this symbol donuts means? To get any value dynamically, runtime. You have to use curly braces, exclamatory symbol. That means get value dynamically, number 1. If you click on save, this number 1 not exist in your Apex class. Do you want to create? What is class? Class consists of collection of variables and methods. Do you want to create this one as a variable or you want to create as a method? I want to create as a variable. If you want to click on it variable property, automatically it will create one variable with the syntax public string number one. I will tell you from the scratch. Just I'm giving some idea. No need to do everything from the manual. The system automatically do that, but you have to apply the syntax. Similarly, for number two, you have to define number two. If you click on save, again the Salesforce will throw some error message. Number two not exist. Do you want to create a property or method? If you click on property, it will create automatically one more because matter good. Clear? Just define input text label value. This value is not exist in the controller, right? That is the reason the Salesforce will be define this one. Now the particular button, whenever click on the particular button, have to be do something action, right? For that there is a action is there. What is the action? Add numbers. Add numbers. Make sure you have to be define curly braces accelerometer means it will do some dynamic kind of thing. If you click on save, this add num method, whenever you click on particular button, that method is not exist. If you want to create, yes, I want to create automatically one method. Two variables are there, one method is there. This particular method is what type? There will be a slight syntax is there. Here, these numbers are what type? Integer or string. Whenever you create any fields, you have select the data type is number, text. Number means allow only numbers. Here, string is there, right? But I will change from this type from string to integer. String to integer. Just you have to do something in development. Here, integer means, okay, here whatever you have entered, it will be take as an integer to your controller. Here, this is method. Whenever you click on particular button name, add, immediately it will call this particular method. Here there is a return, right? You have to be simply change your variable number one plus number two return. But there will be a syntax is that return by default having page reference. You have to be changed into integer. Okay, the type. For example, if you have entered 12, 13, two values. Whenever you click on this particular add method, okay, immediately it will call to this fs class two variable, right? Whatever values have here, all values will be taken. Whenever you click on this particular button, okay, immediately this particular action is called, this method. This method immediately it will returning what value? Number one and number two adding, that result will be returning. Okay, 12 and 13 come. You click on add button. So 12, for example, 15. Okay, this is the comment button, right? This is the must be page reference. Just a minute. Okay. Sorry. Value here, you have to be defined into some, because of once you have add any values or anything, you have to be add into result kind of thing. You have to be stored into some another value. We cannot return anything here. Just I will return null only. Sorry. Earlier I syntax keep that. Just a minute. Because of this method must be page reference only. You cannot change that one. Integer, there is a result is there. Because once you have add values or anything, once you have add any values 12, 13, here I want to store into result. My result equal to number 1 plus number 2. These two numbers is already exist, correct or not here? Once these two numbers will be added, I am storing the particular result into my result variable. But this result variable we are displaying here, output text here. For example, let me show you 12, 22. If I click on add, what is the result? 34. For example, if I change into 125, click on add, what is the result? 147. We're doing calculations. You are doing all the all the calculations through the Apex controller. This is your Apex class. First of all, you are taking these two values from your front end user interface number 1, number 2. Immediately you are calling this particular add number. There is a result here. Okay, result here. Whenever you click on add number, immediately there is a method called here. This method, whatever inputs you are taking, those inputs are adding with the add operator. Number 1 plus number operator, that result you are storing into result. Immediately, that result you are displaying with output text value. Similarly, for example, if you do some multiplication kind of thing, if you change operator instead of addition, multiplication kind of thing. If I use sum 4, 4. If I click on, what is the result? 16, because you changed the operator with multiplication. Whatever operator you have to be kept accordingly, it will do the calculation. This is a simple programming language. Similarly, you will see DML operation. You have to display account name, then account number, industry, phone, fax, address. If you click on save, all the data have to be inserted into S object. How? With the help of Apex controller. Okay, we'll see later. Just I give some idea how it works. Apex is nothing but collection of variables and methods. How you can define a class, Apex class public class, class name, like that. Okay, class consists of variables and methods.
Sure, can I ask a question?
Yes, yes, please.
So you are, if you go to your My page,
okay,
in the My page, you are taking inputs from the user, right?
Yes, correct.
Likewise, can we get it from a different database or something, and then
Yes, correct. That we will see in later examples, right?
Oh, you will do it.
Later, we will be do all transaction statements, by using Apex features, right? You can perform DML operation.
Okay.
Like, okay, here actually, for example, the data is already there in S object. How many accounts, more accounts are there? You can retrieve it, then displaying on the screen, as well as you can get inputs, then storing into database. You can do insert or update, delete.
Okay.
Just I gave some basic idea. Okay. How it work? Taking inputs, then doing logic, right? Perform logic. Then displaying the result.
Yeah. So in the real world, how they will use like what we have written in Apex, the view and the controller, how it will be used in the real world? Like,
see, real world means here
taking
inputs. No need publish the page. We can add this particular page as a tab here.
Oh, as a tab.
Whenever you have to be used a page tab, or you have to be add into Visual Force page. So under some page load, right? Page load also we can add it. Page load means whenever you add any particular account, right? Okay. Whenever the detail page you can add on the detail page. For example, there is a customer, right? Whenever you open any particular customer, you have to be add the particular visual force page in any one of the sections here, or you can
Okay.
add here like that.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. So we can publish a page itself or a
Yes,
tab.
correct. Page
itself.
or tab, anything, a number of things we can do. Anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So the tab consists of objects, you said.
Yeah. Earlier, we know tab is nothing but only an object. But tab creation multiple ways in Salesforce, right? Okay. Custom
Yeah.
object tab.
Object tab and
Okay. Visual force page is there. Lightning is there, right or not?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Web tab is there. If you go to Visual Force page tab, click on new. Okay. If you are already have any Visual Force page, those page will be displayed here. My page.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have to be defined as a tab. Okay.
Right.
You can
Right.
add this tab as under any one of the app. Whenever you have
Okay.
opened the particular app, you will see all the tabs.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Makes sense. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But
Kishore.
actually, we will see this complete training will be happening in real time on live with more examples. Okay. You will see how to display the data and everything. Then see in this training will be teach from base level to advanced level.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recommend any book or something for this one?
See, in Salesforce, there is no specific book in market.
Okay.
The Salesforce come up with new releases, right? For each and every 4 months.
Right.
Okay. There is no specific book. There is no one day to write a book. If you write a book, that is valid up to few months on because of new concepts will be coming into market. In this
Right.
training, we will be cover everything in live, how it works and everything. Okay.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
for example, if you read book, if you read one single page, it will take so it will take 1 hour for single page. But in training, you will get learn within 5 to 10 minutes with live,
Right. Right.
with hands-on.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the reason everyone can join the training. See, we have some Udemy courses, lot of others are there also there, right? Why they choose the live training? They can
Yeah.
ask any questions, they have to be clarified. If they're not understanding, they have right to ask.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Then similarly, lightning also there. What is lightning? Lightning, as I mentioned, you can design and develop only one single component. That component can be used in any screen. Okay, so many devices. We'll see later. Because of, as I mentioned, will be cover Visual Force Page, Apex, Lightning, ORI, LWC, and integration. Okay. Okay, actually, what you will get benefits from svtechsoft means, as I mentioned, the complete training will be happen in real-time based training with different scenarios, real-time scenarios. If you face any interview, you can easily face your interview because, okay, you can easily tell our scenarios from the training. Okay, okay, we can do provide complete training from base level to advanced level. Okay, we have to be keep in mind some people may doesn't have any experience on coding. We have to be keep in mind, then we can teach from the scratch. Okay, from this training everyone will get 3+ years of real-time exposure after completion of this training. Okay, from this training you can write the code by your own without anyone help. Okay, no need to depend on anyone. Okay, you can write. If you get any requirement, you can develop or solve by your own. As well as we will also help to clear your certification, the admin PD1 or PD2. We will also give guidance as well as help you to clear your certification. Okay.
So,
This
Kishore, these certifications are online or are they in class? Or they, I mean
this
to
is
say, like,
okay, based on your wish. How you want to choose? You want to go as a recruitment center, you can go, or you can write through online. Both options are
oh,
available.
too. Online
Yes,
also can
through
be
online
done.
also there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how much time is required to prepare for the certification?
Just see from this training, 1 month is more and more enough. The Salesforce having various type of certifications are there.
Yeah.
Administration, development, then CRM perspective. In the development perspective, you have to be do for app builder, then PD1 platform developer 1, platform developer 2.
Okay, so which certifications do you recommend?
I will recommend everyone to go for PD1 Platform Developer 1 certification.
PD1.
Yes, Platform Developer 1.
Platform Developer 1. Okay.
Yes. Okay. That I will recommend to first completion of certification.
Okay. And
Even
we
from
can say,
svtechsoft, we will provide some certification coupons also. Okay, basically we will get $40, $50 coupons from other
okay.
vendors. We will be shared to our students.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Guys, do you have any questions or need to be clarified from me? If you are all good, then we will be stopped for today's session. We will be continue the development batch from Monday. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Okay. If you want to enroll the development batch, then please contact svtechsoft. Okay. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.